Welcome to Travels Unfiltered. Today we are highlighting the top 20 things to do in Edinburgh, Scotland. For more travel tips, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Starting off at number 20 is visit the Scotch Whisky Experience. You can't visit Scotland without seeing how Scotch whisky is made. Take a tour, masterclass, training session, or just take some time to enjoy some food and whisky in this highly rated whisky experience. At number 19, we recommend visiting the National War Museum. The National War Museum delves into Scotland's history of war. Here you can see old military artifacts and wartime materials including medals, uniforms, banners and posters. The museum covers the Highland-Lowland battles in the 17th and 18th centuries, all the way to its current military presence. Coming in at number 18, we have visit Lauriston Castle and Gardens. Lauriston Castle is free to visit and has one of the most amazing Edwardian interiors in Scotland. Its last residents epitomized the Scottish Edwardian wealthy middle class. Spend the day stepping back in time and explore the castle or roam its calm and tranquil Japanese garden. You can also see one of their special costume performances and relive a bygone era. At number 17, we recommend visiting Dean Village. Dean Village is located just outside of the city and was a vital player in Edinburgh's milling industry, which you can still see signs of today. Explore the village, find millstones, stone advertisements for bakeries, and visit Well Court, a 19th century house which has been restored to represent its original appearance. Dean Village is a unique and well-preserved location, perfect for experiencing Scottish history firsthand. Coming in at number 16 is hike to the top of Arthur's Seat. See the towering remnants of an extinct volcano, experience breathtaking views of the city, and find a hill fort dating back from 600 AD. Arthur's Seat is widely believed to have originated from the infamous tale of King Arthur and the possible location for Camelot. At number 15, we have visit the National Museum of Scotland. This is a great free activity which contains exhibits related to Scotland and the world. It includes Scottish history and culture to art, fashion, science, and technology. Here you can see many objects related to Mary Queen of Scots, including jewellery, coins, letters, and furniture. Coming in at number 14, we have visit the Georgian House. The Georgian House is a great example of the fashionable buildings which created Edinburgh's new town. The new town was built to give wealthier residents of the city more comfortable living options. During your visit, you will experience a lavishly decorated home with fine art, stunning silverware, and gorgeous furniture to provide a glimpse into the life of elite Edinburgh residents. Explore the home on your own or as part of a special costume tour where guides reenact a typical day in the life of a noble family. At number 13, we have visit the Scottish National Gallery. It not only is free to visit, but it's home to a large collection of paintings and other art from the Renaissance period to the beginning of the 20th century. Coming in at number 12 is visit Gladstone's Land. Gladstone's Land is a 17th century tenement house which consists of 6 well-preserved stories. Spend an afternoon experiencing what life was like in Edinburgh's old town in the 1600s. Explore the narrow staircases and historical rooms where people once lived and worked. The site has been decorated with pieces to show various lifestyles, including the life of a merchant to a wealthy resident to the cramped conditions of the poor. This is a great way to learn about Scottish culture and history. At number 11, we have visit St. Giles's Cathedral, the principal church in Edinburgh and a key feature of the city's skyline. St. Giles's Cathedral was built in the 14th century and is home to various memorials for key Scottish figures. It also has beautiful stained glass windows and its original bells dating from the 15th century. St. Giles's Cathedral is a key attraction in Edinburgh and a great place to learn about Edinburgh's history and ancient culture. Coming in at number 10, we recommend a visit to John Knox's house. The home dates from the 15th century and has been largely untouched since the 1550s when the Mossman family, who were goldsmiths to Mary Queen of Scots, remodeled the house. John Knox, who was the leader of the Scottish Reformation and founder of the Presbyterian Church, lived here before he died in 1572. Spend time exploring the remnants of medieval luckin booths, which were once rented out as shops. Learn about the evolution of the Protestant faith in Scotland and the conflict between John Knox and Mary Queen of Scots, and experience John Knox's wood-panelled apartment. At number 9, we recommend taking a tour of the Edinburgh Dungeon. The tour gives visitors an 80-minute tour of Scotland's darker and more gruesome history, covering the plague, murder, cannibals, witches and more. It has 11 live actor-led shows and 2 short underground rides and uses lots of scare tactics, so it is not suitable for the faint of heart. Coming in at number 8, we recommend a visit to Craigmillar Castle. Craigmillar Castle is one of Scotland's most well-preserved castles. It has existed since the 15th century and was the home for many royals including Mary Queen of Scots. Explore the castle's stone architecture, grand halls and living chambers and climb the castle tower for amazing views of Edinburgh. At number 7 we have visit the Scott Monument, the largest monument to a writer, Sir Walter Scott, in the world. Get up close and personal with the monument and you'll spot key figures from Scott's novels, as well as other famous Scottish writers, poets and public figures. Climb to the top for a great view of Edinburgh and visit the small museum on the first level of your climb to learn more about the life and works of Sir Walter Scott. At number 6 we recommend a visit to Holyrood Palace, the Scottish residence of the British monarchy. Holyrood Palace was built in 1678 and has been the home to generations of kings and queens. In recent times, the palace has been preserved to showcase royal life in the 17th century. Here you can explore Mary Queen of Scots' chambers and see the room where her secretary was murdered by her husband in 1566. Coming in at number 5 we have visit Greyfriars Kirkyard. Greyfriars Kirkyard is a large graveyard which surrounds the Greyfriars Kirk, kirk being the old Scottish word for a church. The graveyard has a reputation for being one of the most haunted graveyards in the world, but also has a bittersweet infamous story attached to it, the story of Greyfriars Bobby, a Scottish terrier who spent 14 years guarding the grave of his owner until he died. For the full story, see our deep dive video on this infamous graveyard. Link is in the description box below. Coming in at number 4 we recommend travelling underground and experiencing the dark underbelly of the city in the Edinburgh Vaults. The vaults consist of various chambers formed from the arches of the South Bridge, built in 1788. Originally the vaults were used by tradesmen and illegitimate figures, however, over time the vaults became popular with the poor and criminals. In the 90s the vaults were excavated, providing a wealth of interesting archaeological and historical artifacts. Visitors today can book a guided tour and learn about the vaults or take a ghost tour, as the vaults are rumoured to be haunted, having once been used by murderers and torturers. At number 3 we recommend spending a day shopping on Princes Street. Taste the finest drams at Johnny Walker on Princes Street. Browse through the numerous big high street stores along this road. Princes Street has been the heart of the city since 1770 and is now one of Edinburgh's most popular retail hubs. Princes Street is also a great location for history, with numerous key landmarks nearby, including some which were mentioned previously. At number 2 we have visit Mary King's Close. Explore the interesting history of this once busy Edinburgh street. Learn about life in the closes, and the rumours of hauntings and grisly murders that have emerged since the collapse of the close. The close has been well preserved, so its history is seen in every inch of the street. Tour guides are costumed to provide an immersive and interesting experience. This makes it a great way to learn about life in old Edinburgh. Finally, at number 1, we recommend taking a tour of Edinburgh Castle, the most recognisable landmark in the city. Learn about its thrilling tales as a military fortress, royal residence and prison of war. Climb Castle Hill and walk in the footsteps of soldiers, kings and queens. The castle was the setting for many important historical events in Scotland, and many key historical figures such as Mary Queen of Scots once visited or lived within its walls. As a visitor you'll see many historical Scottish artifacts, including weapons, clothing, and even the Scottish crown jewels, which are known as the honours of Scotland. All these places have their own unique charm. To find out more about these places, or to book a tour, see the links in the description box below. So, with this video almost over, it's time to ask you, what's your must-see place out of the ones we've mentioned? As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you love all things travel, and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. See you next time.